If you look at the standards themselves, again, they're very vague, so it's difficult to say in a lot of cases what exactly is going on in the schools. But the acceptance of LGBTQ students, the acceptance of certain behaviors, lifestyles, all of these things, which maybe and probably are counter to what is the values that are being taught at home. You don't just have to, as a student, you're not marked proficient if you know the answers to XYZ question. You're marked as proficient if you are leading the way in establishing programs and establishing initiatives in the classroom. So it's not just the teachers pushing this, it's the teachers educating the students to push the LGBTQ agenda right there at school.
So I know a lot of their stuff is, hey, you could be gay or your buddy could be gay and that's okay and it's good and you should probably experiment in being gay. Does that translate also into the woke stuff? Do they do the whole, hey, you're a little white kid, you need to apologize for that because you tried to lock up Johnny's grandpa?
Yeah, all of that is there. The full progressive political package is there. It says the national sex education standards aim to ground the educational experience in social justice and equity, honoring the diversity of students, racial, ethnic, gender, orientation, ability, socioeconomic, as well as academic, and promote the whole diversity and inclusion agenda.
So that's the Trojan horse.
Yeah, it sounds like education, sounds like health. I can think, Sean, here's a story that I don't know if I've told you this before, but my kids go to Catholic school. This is before we moved to where we live right now, but we had a great Catholic church, great Catholic pastor, okay school. The pastors kind of had to do some cleanup there, and I got wind that there was going to be like a human growth and development curriculum presented to the students. And so I kind of asked the teachers about it, like, can you tell me a little bit more about this? They said, oh, it's hygiene. We're going to make sure the boys are wearing deodorant in 4th grade, that type of thing. But we can share you the curriculum if you want. And I said, yeah, I very much would like to see that. And the teacher gave me the link to the video, which I could find online, which was a little post-it that said youtube.com. Oh, great, I'll scour the whole YouTube. Bottom line is, eventually, like 3 days before this was going to be presented in the Catholic school, I was able to finally find the curriculum. I took it to my pastor, who had been completely misled and deceived the entire way by the teachers, and sat down with him and said, hey, I understand there's a lot of gobbledygook here that doesn't make any sense. You can't read it, I can't read it, but here's the video that I found, and here's the the teachers accompanying materials that I found. There's a lot of stuff, again, it doesn't sound that bad, but when you see how it's actually implemented in practice, these are things that don't belong in a Catholic school, and they don't belong in any school.
Awesome. And good for you for doing it.
Well, here's what happened. He kind of pushed back. He's like, look, I talked to the teachers. They said this was about hygiene. So I gave him the information, and he put his head in his hands, and he said, they told me it was about hygiene. And there was very little time left, and so he didn't have time to cancel it because the offices were closed. And so the Planned Parenthood sort of affiliated educator shows up at our school, and he was there waiting for her and sent her home.
Nice! Hey! That's a good pastor.
Yeah.
That's a great story. No, you haven't told me that yet.